Alright, welcome back everybody. May the Most High bless you. I pray all is well and everybody been having a beautiful, blessed day as we give the Most High all the honor, the glory, and all the praise. My title now says, This Is Not My Home. Another real talk video, and let me give a shout out to Mr. Thug Life 22. Very powerful email. I'm trying to catch up on a few emails. You're a big fan of Charles Dutton. So as I was led to do this video, I'm going to use Charles Dutton as a good example because this title, I got this from Charles Dutton. This is not my home. And y'all catch why I keep saying this is not my home. You said one of your favorite actors is Charles Dutton. And it's something Charles Dutton said when he got out of prison that I would never forget. And he said that simple title, This Is Not My Home. And we're going to get into what he meant by that. And then we're going to get into why I'm saying it like I'm saying it, and make sure that you're not caught up on this life. That you are making sure that you're getting yourself lined up right for eternal life. Now, Charles Dutton, just to sum this up a little bit, we all know he's an American stage, we could say film, television actor, and director now. But his life before was very rough. And if you remember the episodes of Rock, Eleanor, and Joey, good episodes. You don't see them kind of shows on TV no more. Well, that's Rock. Rock was very popular to me. And his character on that show said a lot as a man to me, even though a lot of people, you know, talk bad about it because he was a garbage man. But to those who know what I'm talking about with that show, but in his youth, when he was younger, Charles Dutton, he dropped out of school before finishing middle school. And he started boxing a little bit. He became an amateur boxer. And I believe that's why he got his nickname Rock. But when he was 17, what happened with Charles Dutton is that he got into a fight. And what happened in the result was that this man died. And Charles said that that man attacked him. So in other words, self-defense. And he was charged and convicted of manslaughter. So he spent the next several years, 7 years we could say, in prison. And months later on down, after being released, he got in trouble again. He was arrested for possession of a deadly weapon. So he was then sentenced to, I believe, 3 years in prison. Now, I'm saying all this to get you to my point because even though he started out rough, look at how he turned out. He started doing positive things. So when he was locked up, and let me say it like this, several months on down into his second prison term, Charles was sentenced to 6 days of solitary confinement. Now, I don't know if you ever visited a prison or been in prison, and or you look at some of these movies, when you see people being thrown into solitary, yeah, you know how that go. But the prisoners was allowed to take one book. So Charles, he grabbed on to this book. It was an anthology of black playwrights. So he started getting caught up in them plays. He loved the plays. And he started loving the plays so much, you know. When he got released from confinement, he just started begging the warden of the prison to start up some kind of drama group for the Christmas talent show. And the warden said he would do it if Charles Dutton went back to school to get his GED. Now that said a lot to me right there. And he started accomplishing things after that. Dutton accomplished that, and he went on and he completed a 2-year college program at what was that? Hagerstown, I want to say. Hagerstown or junior, it was a junior college, forgive me if I'm saying the name wrong, but what he did, he enrolled as a drama major of I want to say it was called Towson State University, because he was from Maryland, Baltimore suburbs of Towson, Maryland. So Dutton furthered his, you know, what he was doing and earned a master's degree in acting from the Yale School of Drama. Now, I said all that to say this. This is not my home. Now, I want to use Charles Dutton, brother, because you dealing with the street life. Well, this man was a gangster also. I don't know if you ever seen the movie First Time Felon that him and Omar Epps did. You had the Vice Lords versus the Disciples. You remember them gangs back in the day. Well, Charles Dutton and Omar Epps got a lot to say about that, but not to jump off into that. But what I want to get you to is this title, This Is Not My Home. Because they interviewed Charles Dutton, and they asked him what was his breaking point. Because when Charles Dutton was in prison, he didn't do like other prisoners. He didn't hang pictures all around his wall and all. When you walk into his cell, it was just blank. And they asked him one question that was rough. Not rough, but they asked him an important question. They said, Charles, why don't you have any pictures hanging on your wall? Why you not like the other prisoners? You don't have nothing hanging up over here. I mean, it's blank. And Charles Dutton said this is not my home. This is not my home. Let me say that again. This is not my home. So what Charles Dutton was saying is that I'm not going to make this prison my home, because once I leave, I don't plan on coming back. Now, I want to flip that to what we living in right now. Some of us might not be locked up behind bars, but we locked up spiritually. We in a spiritual prison. And that's worse than being in the penitentiary, look like. This is temporary. We just on borrowed time right now. See, this is not my home. I'm like Charles Dutton. I'm not trying to put all this and all that into this material things, into this world, this lifestyle, because I'm going to put my trust, my hope. What I want to do is store up for my treasures in heaven. I have an eternal home waiting on me, and I'm not caught up in this fortune and fame. I'm not trying to go out like a lot of people I know trying to keep up with the Joneses. This is not my home. It's temporary. So I must make sure that what I'm doing right now and what I will continue to do is live for the Most High. Like Lady D say, thank you, sister. You say, if you stay ready, you ain't got to worry about getting ready. I'm trying my best to stay ready. And I'm ready for the future, because I don't know what tomorrow. Let me say it like this. I'm not promised tomorrow. Brother, I'm talking hard to you like this, but let me get down on your level, brother, because let me tell you something. I'm straight out the hood. I'm straight out the gutter myself. I just don't act like a lot of foolish people in the hood that want to act all ghetto and crazy and ignorant. No, I'm straight up from the gutter. And I'm going to tell you something. Street life, you either going to be in the prison or you're going to be in the grave. You're going to be in that grave. You got a choice to make right now. You got 2 little babies. I don't know who else looking at this video. To my gangsters and thugs on here, y'all know who you are that look at me. I'm going to say this once again. That life is just a life of destruction. It done already took too many people out. Don't make the streets your home. As Charles Dutton he say he's not going to make that penitentiary your home. Too many of us done already made the penitentiary our home. Too many done already died in prison. Oh, I wish I could take some folks around with me to see what I deal with on a daily basis. To see people that's getting out, to see people that's going in, to see people that ain't gonna never get out, that's gonna rot and die in prison. To see another, let me tell you something, we better be thankful, y'all. Oh, thank you, Father. Just go on and change this video up then, because I'm going to be obedient and move with the Spirit. I'm going to move, y'all, because I don't know. It's somebody looking at this video. I don't know who. I'm just being real. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm no prophet and finna prophesy all it, but it's somebody else looking at this video. I feel this in my spirit that's almost about to die on these streets. I'm just being real. And I don't know who you are, but whoever you are, somebody or somebodies, this is a warning. This is a wake-up call. These streets is not your home. Don't make the penitentiary your home. I'm telling you, it's too much to live for. It's too much to live for. Too much to live for. And we ought to be thankful. I heard so many people complaining this morning. One lady was complaining about her. I said, lady, let me stop you. I said, let me stop you right now. Because while you complaining about your children, somebody burying their children. I said, while you complaining about how your legs is hurting, somebody can't even get up right now. They can't even walk. They don't even have no legs. I said, while you complaining because you don't have your favorite food to eat, some child is starving right now. You better start proclaiming and stop complaining. I said, while you crying and complaining about your car ain't working right, somebody ain't never stepped foot behind the steering wheel. Somebody just got their car repoed. Somebody still on the bus stop and they ain't never drove a day in their life. We better start giving God the glory, because if you think you doing bad, take a look at somebody else. I guarantee you, they way off in the worst situation than you are in. So let me get back on track. I said I'll have to say this again. This is not our home. Make your home your eternal home. Y'all, that's my time. May the Most High bless you. And may the Most High keep you. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed day. I got to get on back out of here. Peace.